Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado Football. Tonight, the Red Tornadoes have traveled to Defender Stadium here on the campus of Warrior Run High School. A first ever trip for the Red Tornadoes, first time they've ever played the Warriors on the Warriors' home field. Also, will be the last time for the foreseeable future, in that as they jumble the schedule next year in the Heartland Conference, as we talked about in the past couple of weeks. Not only are the Defenders not in this slot, they're not on the slot at all. They're not on the schedule. So enjoy seeing them tonight. The Defenders come in 0-3 tonight. The Red Tornadoes come in 1-2, coming off of what, I mean, there's probably a million adjectives to describe what they did last
A
week.
million?
About a million, but we're just going to say a disappointing loss to a Shikellamy team that they absolutely should have beaten. So they know that. The Defenders, unfortunately, are probably going to feel a little bit of that wrath in this game tonight. As the Defenders struggling a little bit, they open their season up with what really is their third string quarterback, as the first two ahead of him for different reasons are not on the field tonight. Big, tall kid. In fact, might be the tallest quarterback we've seen in high school in a while, and has been having his problems, I guess, along with that offense, getting some offense rolling. The defense also giving up just gobs and gobs of yards and points in the first three games. They didn't. I don't think they held anybody to under 30 points in the first three games. So they have their work cut out for them. The Red Tornadoes, even at 1-2, obviously still a formidable foe, but everybody thinks this game will go the Red Tornadoes' way. But again, after watching them last week, Wayne, I don't want to be the guy to say that out loud.
Unfortunately, I could not attend last week, so I cannot put my 2 cents into it. One nice thing I do see is that Mr. Demko is back, and he's suited. Trevor, number 65, the captain out there for a change. He was injured there for the first couple games, and nice to see him suited up.
All right, the coin flop's done. They've gotten all the formalities out of the way. Both teams will huddle up. The Red Tornadoes, according to Supper Club last night, we talked with Coach Chesney and a couple of his staff members. Obviously, he knows what you know. They need to throw the ball. They need to find a way to throw the ball and get the defense opened up a little bit. They've been looking at a 9-man front for 3 straight weeks now, and there's no reason to think the defenders won't do the same thing, looking at our lack of production in the passing game. So this will be interesting what the Red Tornadoes look to do on offense. They last week did very well on offense. It doesn't seem like they did, but they really did. They just, every time they got close, they ended up shooting themselves in the foot and really shooting themselves, like blowing off their leg, not just shooting themselves in the foot. So they had a tough time last week with those kind of mistakes, but it wasn't the fact that they weren't able to be running up and down. So we'll be getting ready to go here in a second here. We want to welcome everybody out there on the webcast tonight. Thank you for tuning in to WKMC TV on the internet live every Mount Carmel Area High School football game. The Defenders, if you look at them on offense, number 44, he's the big guy of the whole group, Austin Oberdorf. He'll do the majority of the running. He's going to be flanked in there a lot with number 33, Taylor Anspach. Both of them good runners. I mean, not spectacular speed, but good hard runners, and they'll come at you. And again, the quarterback, we'll talk a little bit more about him after they line up on offense. They'll be receiving the kick to open the ball game up here at Defender Stadium. Kicking off, of course, for the Red Tornadoes will be number 2, TJ Hiroman. TJ signifies that he is ready. Referee puts his arm up and we'll be underway shortly here. And we are in the game. Goes down deep to Anspach at Oberdorf at the 5. Oberdorf on a nice return. He's going to be dragged down in there very quickly. He looked by number 27, Mike Sinopoli, as one of the guys getting off the bottom of the pile down there, along with help from Lamb. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Defenders. They'll put the ball down right at the 25-yard line in Defender territory. We'll talk about number 82 here in a little while, folks, because we haven't seen anybody like him in a while either. All right, coming out in the quarterback spot, and we are been fooled. Garrett Moser, they're starting a freshman. So this is a different quarterback than they've had. Garrett Moser, the freshman, behind center. He's going to hands off to Anspach very quickly, and he's going to be brought down also as quickly down there by number 48, Tommy Hynoski.
Yeah, Hynoski makes a good play, comes up through the gap, and makes the tackle. Again, we thought the tall boy, and he's 6'4", the quarterback. He was only a sophomore. He played the first few games, and they came out and they changed it up on us there a little bit.
He leaves Onspach as the lone back in the backfield, but he goes back to pass immediately, trying to find Oberdorf, and he does, but Oberdorf is going to be brought down about the 32-yard line, short of the first down. It'll bring up third down, and looks like about 2 when they finally set it down. Yeah, 3rd and 2 for the defenders. Again, the freshman quarterback starting here for the defenders is a surprise. We were not expecting to see the youngster. He's listed in the program as a 9th grader at the height of 5'8" and he weighs 133 pounds, so not a very big guy. All right, they line up again in that one back. He has 2 guys to the short side of the field here, his left side, and 1 guy out right. Up the middle comes big number 44, Oberdorf. He'll pick up the first down and then some, as he stopped around the 37-yard line of the defenders where it's 1st and 10.
Tornadoes blitzing on the right-hand side, and Oberdorf ran right past the blitz. Picked up about 4, maybe 5 yards on that play.
The defenders start out here looking very good. Number 82, for those of you looking at him on the TV, he's Ryan Beaver. He's 6'7", 226 pounds. 6'7", guys. Right up the middle again, and it's Oberdorf again, and Oberdorf will be brought down by Lamb. He was initially tripped up by Demko, but picks up some nice yardage out to the 45-yard line.
Just quick slash plays, that's all the defenders are running. It's a misdirection play, either on the right-hand side, playing right halfback, and he's slashing through on the left-hand side behind the guard. Nothing quick.
2nd and 2 now, as Moser goes under center. And it's going to be Onspach, and Onspach runs directly into Demko now. It's going to be very close to see where they spot the ball, but I believe he picked the first down up. This is a tough angle for us. We're a little bit lower in this field. This field reminds me a lot of Marion Catholic's field, where we're in the middle of the 2 stands, but not real high up. So it is a 1st and 10 on the call, so it's 1st and 10 from the defender 47-yard line.
Demko and Tommy Hynoski again in all the series and all the tackles, so they're doing some moving on the defensive line for the Tornadoes.
Moser goes straight back to pass. A real quick look. He looks downfield, and he overthrows his receiver. He was trying to get it down to the 44. Oberdorf falls incomplete. He was well covered down there by Pulowski.
You can see a little bit of the inexperience there. He turned around. The quarterback took 3 steps back and released the ball a little bit sooner, I think, than what he wanted to. Oberdorf was moving to the inside of the field, and he threw it out to the outside.
2nd and 10, they'll come out in a I formation. Used a lot of formations already in the first series, probably 5 or 6 different formations for the defenders. And this time it's a quick handoff to Oberdorf. Oberdorf has a big hole in the middle. He'll be brought down by Lamb, but he's in Red Tornado territory, down at the Red Tornado 46-yard line, and bring up a 3rd down and, well, we'll call it 3rd down and 4, but it's a short 4.
Not doing anything fancy on the line. It's just straight ahead blocking for the defenders. They're trapping in. They're running mostly off guard between the 2 guards. They're not trying anything to the outside, nothing outside the tackle, nothing around the end. Everything is kept in the in-house inside.
All right, Moser goes under center with a split backfield now. And it's Oberdorf. And Oberdorf has plenty of room. And Oberdorf cutting through. Oberdorf's free. Oberdorf is going to run into the end zone. Only 1 guy to catch him, and they don't. Touchdown. The defenders have drawn first blood here tonight. It's 6-0 Warrior run at the 8:19 mark of the first quarter. That was about a 44-yard run.
Yep, 44-yard run.
They've had success. They trapped him right up the middle. That's where it went right up over the center in the guard spot, and he takes it in for the touchdown. So the Red Tornadoes come out looking much like they did last week, a little bit back on their heels sometimes, and certainly not all fired up for sure. All right, in to attempt the extra point will be number 20 down there for the defenders, and he is Nick Lose. The holder in this group is Trevor Durr. Los, a soccer-style kicker. And Los puts it up, and it is no good. I'll tell you, he just missed it, though. He pushed it wide to the left, but he just missed the standard there. So it'll remain Warrior Run 6. The Red Tornadoes nothing here as they'll prepare to receive the ball and go on offense for the first time this season. This is not what Coach Chesney hoped for.
No, it isn't. Not after last week coming off the game against Shikellamy, of course. And Warrior Run, the defenders are not doing anything fancy out there. They're just trapping in the middle in between the two guards. That's exactly where Oberdorf is running, is in between the guards. He's kicking to the outside, hits the hash mark, and cuts back into the center. Every time he's touched the ball, he's picked up 6, 7, 8 yards, and that time he broke it for 44.
All right. Los will get ready to kick off to the Red Tornadoes. Down deep for the Red Tornadoes is their usual standard grouping down there. They'll put Minnick over to the far side, Pulowski in the middle, and Lamb here to the near side, the Tornado sideline. It's a beautiful night for football here at Warrior Run, just outside of Turbotville, Pennsylvania. Beautiful night. It's going to probably drop into the low 50s toward the end of the game. A little crisp in the air, clear, and Los lets it loose. It goes to Pulowski in the middle. Pulowski has a wedge. Pulowski looking for some room there, and he does get some. And he's still on his feet. Pulowski's still running. And Pulowski, what a run. And finally, it takes about 8 guys to bring him down right at midfield. So a big return for Pulowski. Of course, we saw him run 97 yards last week for a touchdown.
Really?
So, oh, yeah. So he can do it. So it'll be 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes at the 50-yard line. They trail 6-0 here in the first quarter.
Nice run. I'll tell you what, he was tough the whole way down. He took about 6 good shots in about a 20-yard range and just kept his feet going.
All right. Stewart goes under center. He's in an I formation, and it's Pulowski. And Pulowski's going to look to cut outside. And Pulowski eludes 3 tackles now. Now the 4th one finally brings him down. So a hard run by Pulowski. He's brought down in there by Mike Dowdy, but he ran a lot of room, and he picked up about 3 yards on the play.
A lot of lateral, north and south, nothing east and west, and didn't pick up much.
We'll give him 4. You're right. It's about 4 altogether. So, right, we'll make it a 2nd and 6. Looked like 3 there. You have to get used to the angle of this press box. I'll tell you what, I'm definitely not used to looking at it this way. All right, but we're still in the I formation. This time Minnick will go in motion across the formation. And Stewart back to pass. And Stewart looks downfield, and he finds Minnick on the pass. And Minnick's down the sideline. He's finally stopped down there by the defenders by number 10. Trevor Durr, but he picks up big yardage in the first down. They're going to put the ball down at the defender 30-yard line.
Nice route by Minnick. Just a down and out. Get about 15 yards down, square out, and he was wide open that time. Eddie set his feet that time and put a nice pass right on the money.
All right, 1st and 10. They stay in the I formation. Stewart again the pass, and he looks the opposite way this time, and now he tucks the ball, and he's going to run. Stewart has some big yardage. He's down along the 10-yard line and finally inside the 10 down around the 6. He's brought down in there by Onspach, but a big run by Stewart as he looked to pass, and that was not a run. I mean, he was looking to pass. Didn't see what he liked and took off.
But I'll tell you what, he showed the speed that he does have, though, as a quarterback. He tucked the ball on about the 20-yard line and just ran past everybody.
They're going to call it 1st and goal at the – I'm trying to see. It looks like he's at the 6. Well, just outside the fights. Put 6. Put it 6. 1st and goal from the 6 there. I decided it's 6. Pitch out to Pulowski.
Heading for the corner.
Minnick got a nice block, and he just sneaks into the corner for the touchdown. So it is now 6-6 with the extra point attempt from Heroman to come. So the Tornadoes answered the defender touchdown in fine fashion by a big run back to the midfield, and then they take it in 5 or 6 plays. They're in the end zone. So offensively doing everything they want them to do.
Now it's set up very nicely by Pulowski's return on the kickoff all the way up to the 50-yard line. Gave them some nice field position at that point.
All right, Heroman in to attempt the extra point. Pulowski is the holder here for the Red Tornadoes. Center snap is back, and it looked good going back, and it is
wide.
No good. It's going to go wide right. So it remains 6-6 here as both field goal kickers or extra point attempts go for naught. Again, that's an angle, too, that looked like he was very
Yep.
close to putting it in, but he just missed it. So we're all tied up here. We get back to where we began the game at. The Red Tornadoes kicking off.
Defensively, I think the Tornadoes have to sort of sit back a little bit. I think their linebackers are getting caught in the wash with the defenders, and that's where the gaps are coming in at.
All right, deep down there for the defenders will be Ansbach 33. Oberdorf again goes into the middle of that group. He's kind of the deepest back there, and very close to us is number 10, Trevor Durr. He's also a senior. All right, Trevor says, I'm ready, and he's going to go. I have to find the lights in here, Wayne.
Mm-hmm. There they are up on the ceiling.
All right, he lets it rip. It's going to go down to, looks like, number 22.
28.
I'm sorry, 22. No, 22 was in the middle there. Mike Dowdy. He returns, and a nice return out to the 31-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 defenders. Wayne, you did find the lights.
Yes, I did. I told you they were on the ceiling.
Starting to get mighty dark in here and there for a while. All right, we'll see if the defenders can return as well as they did. They played very well in that first offensive series, and we'll see what they have up their sleeve for the second one as, again, the freshman quarterback, Garrett Moser, into the lineup and playing at that position for the defenders. We believe the first game he's done that this year.
Not this time.
This time it's Dowdy on the carry, and the Red Tornadoes completely wipe him up on that one. Looking at the Hinoski getting off the bottom of the pile again. And looks
Juraski,
like
number 10, Adam.
So that time the Red Tornadoes said not going to happen. It'll remain 10 yards to go, and it'll be second down. Well, Dowdy goes out, and Oberdorf comes back in. I'm not sure if something happened to Oberdorf there for a minute. That he went out of the on the kickoff even, and then he stayed out that last play. But he's back in now, but not in the backfield. His Ansbach will be the lone back. Moser's looking fast again. A short drop. He looks downfield way over the head of number 44, Oberdorf. The only guy close was Minnick, and he couldn't get back in time.
Minnick actually got a hand on it, but he was turned around the opposite direction.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And again, that's a spot pass there. He simply can't see everything going on that far downfield.
If he would have played that more to their bench, I think Oberdorf would have had that one.
All right, we'll see if they try to hit the big guy down there, 82 Beaver, the 6'7" guy. He's in there. Lines up kind of at a tight end spot here. And the defenders go back to pass, and it's a quick pass. That's exactly who they went to. And the Red Tornadoes are going to wrestle him down around the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. They're short of the 1st down, and they'll be in a kicking situation.
Lamb making the stop that time. Along with T.J. Hiroman.
I'm the quarterback. He's the only guy I'm throwing to.
Oh, yeah.
You got a 6'7" guy standing. I mean, he's truly head and shoulders above everybody else on the field, with the exception of maybe Demko when he's standing next to him. All right, in the kick for the defenders is number 83, Jesse Brame, and he's kicking deep to Pulowski. And, Juraski may have actually got a piece of it. It's going to bounce a knuckleball down and take a nice defender bounce all the way down to the Red Tornado 41 or 42 yard line.
I don't know if Juraski, I don't know if he did or not. I'll tell you.
The way it came out, it looked like he might have tipped it as he went across. He was very close to blocking it. They'll place it at the 41, and it'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Red Tornadoes. But, yeah, it looked very much like he might have got a finger or two on there and directed the ball to the sideline. So the Red Tornadoes will come out on offense now. They put Stojkovic in there, which will line up probably as the tight end, I would think. And he does. We're in a straight I formation. We have 2 guys split, 1 on each side, Hiroman and Minnick. And now Minnick will come to Hiroman's side in motion. But it's going to go to Pulowski. And Pulowski Still on his feet. Pulowski crosses over the 45-yard line. Put him at the 46.
Some good blocking there by the right side of the line for the Tornadoes.
Good to stop the Frederick there for the defenders. Lamb into the lineup, replacing Pulowski now. Split backfield now. And it's going to be Lamb. Straight head dive play by Lamb out of the split backfield. He's up to about midfield. He should come up about a yard short or so, I would think.
About a yard short. Just didn't get the correct blocking scheme there on the nose guard, who is number 78, I think, for the defenders.
All right, a big third down play. It's third and a little bit less than one for the Red Tornadoes. The ball is just touching midfield. You're in that heavy set now. And it's going to be Pulowski. And Pulowski's got more than the yard. In fact, Pulowski's on the run. Pulowski in defender territory, and no one is catching him. Pulowski, that's a 50-yard run from the line of scrimmage for the touchdown. And it's going to be 12-6 Red Tornadoes just that quickly. You can see the speed. No one on the field was going to catch him.
Yeah, he broke off guard that time. He went to the heavy side of the field. He broke off guard, cut back to the left side, and jumped behind the whole wash of the defense as it was moving to the left. So Pulowski, showing his speed then, steps it in, and nobody was even near him.
That ability to cut back is deadly if you're a defense.
Yes.
And he can do it so well. So the Red Tornadoes now made the decision, I believe, to maybe go for two, as they do not have the punt or the kick team in. And they are saying, yes, we are going to go for two here. They'll set up in an I formation. You have two guys wide to the right of the formation, nobody to the left. We're going to throw the ball, and he throws it, and he gets it. So that an extra point attempt to Minnick is good, and it's now 14-6 Red Tornadoes.
Eddie Stewart looks nice throwing the ball tonight. 2 steps out from the center that time, and releases the ball to Minnick. Minnick on a very quick cross the goal line and break to the outside, and the ball was right there for him.
Absolutely. I mean, you made a good point. Stewart looks much more comfortable throwing the ball than he has in the first 3 games of the season. So we'll see if they want to work on that passing game tonight a little bit, if they can get themselves a little bit of a cushion.
Well, that's what he needs. He needs a lot of work. He has to learn how to use his feet, set them, square his shoulders up with the line of scrimmage to throw the ball. And he needs some confidence. He needs a little bit of self-esteem at this.
Hey, Oberdorf now back into that receiving team. I saw him go on the field. That's what threw me off. I saw him actually go on the field, and he came out, and he got replaced. But he's there in the middle now, so I will not be fooled this time. Onspach is over to his left, and Durr here very close to the Red Tornado sideline, number 10. Roman will let it rip. A very good kick this time. It's going to go into the end zone, where it'll be a touchback. Red Tornado, so the defenders will take over. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. So the Red Tornadoes expressing themselves on offense is the word I'm looking for there, and showing you that they can really move the ball. And it's an offense that's less of the grind-out version and more of the lightning version.
Right.
They'll pound and pound and pound and pound, and the next thing you know, you're looking at the guy's back on the next play. So very difficult offense with all that kind of speed to find a way to, bottle up. All right, Onspach and Oberdorf will go into a split backfield behind the quarterback, Moser. It's going to be a quick handoff. And he's going to be brought down.
Gang tackle that time.
See who carried the ball as they get off the bottom. It's Oberdorf on the carry. He will pick up, we're going to give him a yard, but it's even less than that. But it'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Looked like Jaworski. Adam was on that tackle that time for the Tornadoes. It looks like the Tornadoes have readjusted the defense a little bit after that first score by the defenders. And in the last 2 series here have really tightened up.
Again, we'll stay in that split backfield. And again, It's a
Screen
play,
pass.
but it's up in the air and it's intercepted by Tommy Hajnowski. I batted up in the air. Hajnowski takes it in on the interception. A 20-yard interception run for Tom Hajnowski, and the Red Tornadoes are on the board again, and that's why when you have a small quarterback, that's where you get in trouble. He couldn't get the ball over the line of scrimmage into the screen area, if that's what he was heading for, or he wasn't screening. He was heading to the guy deep down the sideline here, but straight up in the air, Hajnowski alertly sees it and takes it in for the defensive touchdown. And just as quickly as the defenders were feeling good about themselves, it's unraveling before their eyes.
Now they have to make an adjustment in their quarterback or something
or how
tonight,
they,
now.
How they throw,
Yeah.
Long count, but Roman finally puts it up, and this time he put it up good. So it's now 21-0 Red Tornadoes. There's still 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter play here at Defender Stadium.
21-6.
What did I say?
It's nothing.
21-6. I'm gonna let them keep that 6 points they had.
Oh, really?
Yes, I decided to give them
You're not going to take it back.
No,
okay.
No.
That's very nice of you to do.
And a guy that I am, of course. But you're right. The defenders marched right down the field on the opening kickoff and put it in the end zone. You thought, boy, this could be a long night.
Yes.
But things are completely different on the second and third series where they did nothing, and then give up a defensive touchdown
on top of it,
close to their goal line down there. So that's not what you like. Well, Roman again will be kicking off. Same three guys down there that were down there before, and that's Durr, Oberdorf, and Anspach. So it's tough on a team, on this Warrior Run team, to lose your first two quarterbacks, which is, no, I don't know how many teams respond to that or can come back from that. How many high school teams are three deep in the quarterback? Now, the Moser kid, being a freshman, could turn out to be a great quarterback. The problem is that you haven't seen him enough to really know if
he probably hasn't had the experience because the other kid has been playing.
This time it dribbles down to the short guy down there. He picks it up around the 25-yard line and returns it up over the 30-yard line out to about the 36.
Tyler Hodge, number 9, makes the tackle for the Tornadoes.
Nick Lose was actually the ball carrier there, as he was the up guy. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the defenders, and they put the ball just outside the 35-yard line. Brings Lose in motion. But it's a handoff in the middle, and oh my goodness, they are all over Oberdorf. That's going to be number 74 on the stop down there for the Red Tornadoes, Smerlik.
Ed Smerlik coming in from the guard position or the tackle position there and making that stop. And he was in quick, so he had to shoot the gap, I would assume, because I think he almost got the handoff.
Yep. So about a yard loss in the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 11. Another handoff, and that is going to go nowhere, too. Number 1 for the Red Tornadoes. On the stop. Karicki all over that play as they tried to get outside a little bit, and it doesn't work. And it's now going to be 3rd down, and we'll still say 11. No gain on that play. So whatever success was going on in that first series, the Red Tornadoes have completely stopped it. I mean, whatever they were doing, they changed it enough to completely bottle up this offense all of a sudden. Come out with one guy right, one guy left. Puts the man in motion down there. That's Lose going in motion, and he goes back to pass. He looks straight back. He's looking for the large one. And we tipped it, and I don't know who got it.
I don't know.
Back and forth, and I believe that he came down with it. I really do. I think Beaver will be awarded. Now, there's a penalty flag right at the catch also.
He is going to call Lamb for putting his hand on him and jumping up to swat the ball away, because that was the first thing that Lamb did.
Oh, okay.
I would assume that's what the call is going to be. Yes, it is.
So Beaver, the senior, at 6'7", and you can see, you just have to get the ball close to him.
Yep.
And he's going to catch it. He's a formidable weapon. Now, the penalty happened right where he caught the ball. He didn't move from where he caught it. I mean, that's where he fell. So they'll mark it off, and they're going to put the ball down just inside defender territory, just inside there at the 49-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 defenders on the penalty as they marked it off. But he's a load to defend.
He is.
My goodness. All right, we're lone back now. Oberdorf. And it's Oberdorf on the carry, and Oberdorf brought down in there by Demko. As Demko had penetrated and was standing pretty much where he got the ball at.
Trying misdirection that time with the Oberdorf coming back to the right side from the left. And, of course, Demko was standing there. He was not fooled by the misdirection play at all.
So no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10. It's amazing how much different this defense is from the first series.
Yes, it is.
They're not even getting the ball in the backfield and are being hit.
Certainly whatever we did or readjusted, we did the right thing, that's for sure. I don't know if we were doing more blitzing in that first series, and it seemed that way. We're sitting back now and just waiting.
All right, folks, that's the end of the first quarter of play here at Defenders Stadium in Turbitville, Pennsylvania. With the score, the Red Tornadoes, 21. Warrior Run Defenders, 6. So basically, the first couple of minutes of the first quarter were all Warrior Run, and the entire remainder of the first quarter was Mount Carmel area, both offensively and defensively. And this is pretty much what people thought. I mean, the Warriors are struggling here. The program itself has been struggling for a couple of years. And although I will say, when you look across the line here, when we look across the stadium, have a lot of kids on this team.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of kids standing over there, more than we do.
I was just going to say that they have more than we do, and the size on some of the younger kids, some of the kids that are over there, is rather large.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the size of that squad that way, both in numbers and how big they are. Now, the starting group here on the line almost is a mirror image of us. They're not bigger than us in any way, shape, or form like everybody else has been so far. This is more of our size as far as the line goes, so they're, I'm assuming, a little quicker than they are going to bull you down. Los comes in motion across the formation. We hand it right up the middle to Oberdorf, and Oberdorf is going to go down almost as quickly as he gets handed the ball. Stopping him down there for the Red Tornadoes will be Sinopoli, number 27, as he came out of that nose guard position and just sliced through and had him by his legs.
Yeah, Sinopoli, they're playing a different defense, whether they are slanting into the gap or whatever, but the Tornadoes have really stymied the blocking scheme of the defenders.
It'll bring up 3rd and 10. No gain on all 3 plays, or all 2 plays. Third one coming up. They'll come out in a shotgun. First we've seen this tonight. He keeps Oberdorf in next to him for protection. Drops straight back, and it's going to be Demko who tipped it. There's no way he's throwing the ball over Demko. That's not going to happen.
No, he released it, and Demko went right up in the air and swatted it down.
So it falls incomplete, and it's 4th down, and the defenders will be punting. Pulowski will go deep for the Red Tornadoes, joined back there by Lamb, although they don't line up as they had in the first 3 games side by side. No. They're going to put about 10 yards cushion between the two of them. Nice kick. Taken by Pulowski. Pulowski looking to get outside.
And Pulowski did get to the outside.
Pulowski's coming along the sideline.
He's got a blocker, Jaworski, right in front of him, and he's got Mark Minnick.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown. Red Tornadoes on a beautiful punt return.
Nice setup by the blockers. The whole scheme right down in front of our bench. The picket fence, as it used to be called.
Yeah. Well, the defenders, he caught the ball on the defender side of the field, and then they just converged that way.
Yep.
And he came around the side, and Juraski ran. The only guy that could have caught him was being shielded by Juraski all the way down, and Minnick was there in case they needed him. But lightning strikes again for the Red Tornadoes. It's 27-6 now with the extra point here from Heroman. Center snap is down. Ball is up, and he has missed it again.
To the left now this time.
Yep, he's kicking one way or the other, but it'll stay 27-6 here, Red Tornadoes nonetheless. And now the defenders are slowly watching this game explode on them and are going to have to keep the ball and do some ball control a little bit here. Give
In
that
this
defense
series.
a rest
Yeah, they
because
do.
they're going to be in trouble otherwise.
The Tornadoes scored both offensively, defensively, and special teams now to make this score 27-6.
So down deep again will be that same group: Ansbach, Oberdorf, and Durr. Roman says, "I'm ready when you guys are."
They were looking for the football.
Trying to find the ball. That's exactly what they were doing. You gotta hate that when you can't find the ball.
Well, it's an intricate part of this game. I found that out.
All right, the ball's finally in the tee. It looks like we're getting ready to give her a rip.
Defenders a little bit deeper back this time than what they were previous.
Another good kick. It's going to go down to Ansbach right around the 10-yard line, and Taylor will bring it upfield. A nice return by Taylor, finally brought down by number 34, Shoestack. But a big return up over the 35-yard line out to the 36-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 defenders.
And the defenders are staying with their quarterback, number 1.
All right, they'll come out in the split. That could be an offset eye, but we can't get set because the defenders want a timeout. So a timeout on the field here. Of course, gives me a chance to talk about Supper Club. Also gives me a chance to say that I forgot the piece of paper again. That has the names of who's going to be there tomorrow.
You go.
So I'm on a real roll here. That's the second week in a row I've forgotten them. But Supper Club every Thursday night at 6:30 down at the back room, Matucci's. 4 or 5 football players. We usually have about 3 cheerleaders, and we just talk football, eat some great food, and it benefits the kids. Of course, the Supper Club, all the dues donations that we collect goes back into the program, and not necessarily just the football program. If there's a need, there's a need, and we help out. The defenders wanted to talk about this again, and I think they understand the urgency that they need to do something right now. There's
Right.
10:50 remaining here in the second quarter. They're already down 27-6 and have done nothing from the opening drive. That was where they had all their promise and were able to actually put it in the end zone. And since then, nothing has happened on offense for them. All right. Now they'll come out, and they're still in that kind of split backfield behind Moser. And it's going to be Austin Oberdorf. He's trying to get around the end, and he finds a little bit of room this time. And he will take it up to about the 38-yard line.
A pickup of about maybe 2 yards that time, and that was the first play we've seen since the beginning that they tried to the outside. Oberdorf tries to go around the right offensive end. An official timeout. One of the Tornadoes is sitting on the field.
See, as he gets up on his own, that's Lamb, actually, number 24 being gimpy, but he's up on his own walking around. And he's going to give the old "I'm okay," but he has to come out of the game either way because the referee stops time, and when he does that, you have to leave. So he will. And Stewart will come in as his replacement into that backfield for the Red Tornadoes. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 now for the defenders. As I don't know what happened to Lamb, but he doesn't look like anything wrong now.
I think it was just his heel or a cramp, one or the other, but I think it was more like a heel or an ankle that he was holding. He got up right away.
Yeah. All right, Moser's under center. Goes back to pass. It's a quick drop pass. He has his man, Trevor Durr, and Durr is brought down very quickly in there by number 9, Tyler Hodge for the Red Tornadoes. Not enough for the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
You have to give credit to the coach, though, that he's sticking with this young kid. He's trying to give him, I guess, as much experience as possible. And, he's putting him in there to throw the ball also, which is a big surprise.
All right, third down. They come out. They go into a kind of an offset eye, or a crooked split backfield, whichever way you like it. Again, another pass. This time he threw it right at Minnick. Minnick couldn't hold it, and actually was kind of interfered with by the offensive player down there, Hemrick.
Yeah, Hemrick. Hemrick was actually behind him. Minnick came from behind and stepped up as the receiver, and he had the right to the ball. The Hemrick had grabbed his shoulder pads and sort of pulled him down before the ball even got there. He could have called interference on that one.
And there's a case of a freshman quarterback. I mean, there's just no way that he saw him because he threw it right at him. I mean, just right at Minnick. In the kick now toward the defenders, and he will let it rip. It's going to go out of bounds.
On about the 40-yard line of the Tornadoes. That's where they're going to place it. But you can see the rush, number one, Karicki that time, and of course, Jaworski, number 10, Draski, putting pressure on the
pressure
punter.
every time,
And you can see now the punter, with both of them, putting so much pressure on, he's starting to kick to the sideline a little bit.
You know, now the punter, Brame, is 6'2". A lot of tall kids on this team.
Yep.
Stewart back to pass, and just out of the reach of Heroman, so it'll be second down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Ball sitting right at the 40-yard line of the Red Tornadoes here, where they took over on the punt. So you can see the Red Tornadoes trying to work the passing game.
Bobby Shustak, number 6, in for the Tornadoes.
I formation now, one guy right and one guy left. Now Minnick will go across the formation in motion. And it's going to go to Pulowski. Pulowski eluded the first tackle. Pulowski still on his feet. Pulowski still on his feet. Pulowski all the way down to the defender. 31-yard line. He was brought down in there finally by
51.
Ian Adam. Ian Adam was the last guy left for the touchdown.
Unbelievable. You see him step out of 2 tackles as he was running down there.
Speed is just incredible when you look at it like that, when you can see him make that move and be able to cut back through the tackle. All right, it's 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of the defenders. 9 minutes exactly remaining here in the second quarter of play. Again, the I formation, Shustak in front of Pulowski. And now Stewart wanted to throw, and again, high
for
could not
Minnick.
hold on.
Close enough for Minnick to grab, though. I mean, he was up in the air that time. It went through his hands.
Well, it was thrown so hard, too, though. He had a hard time. It was really sailing on him there. But, again, that's where Stewart his problem is that he's sailing it high all the time.
Yes.
He doesn't not get it to you. He just gets it past you all the time. All right, Maloney goes into the ball game as a receiver for the Red Tornadoes. They'll come out and leave Pulowski and the lone back here as they're in the bunch formation now. They're bunched off to the left of the formation. That's where they go.
Oh.
And what a play by the defenders. Number 7, Devin Hoy, buried Pulowski in the backfield. So I think they've seen that play on the tape.
Yeah, he just came right through and right over the blocker, over the top of the blocker, and took Pulowski down for a loss that time.
Loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and 15 now, back out just outside the defender 35-yard line. Stutchcage will go into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes, along with Bobby Shustak, number 6. Shustak, they think, Bobby Shustak, the cousin, seems to have the best hands, they think. He rolls over to throw, takes his time, and now he's in trouble. He's still on his feet, actually. Still on his feet.
Yep.
He's going to pick up a bunch of yardage. Not enough for the
About
first
5,
down, but
maybe 6 yards he picked up that time.
Picked up some nice yardage there. He takes it back, actually, to the inside of the 30-yard line, so it'll be 4th down in just about 10. So the Red Tornadoes, I assume, will go for this and see what they have in store as Maloney now and Roman go back in, and Stutchcage comes out, so they will not be using the tight end
No.
formation because of that.
We'll split everybody out.
We'll come bunch to the right now. And now we shift out of that formation and go into a trips to the short side of the field. And a timeout by the Red Tornadoes. It happened right in front of Chesney. They were right standing,
Yeah.
and that's where we are on the field. And he immediately knew that something went wrong when they shifted, that they weren't ready to do what they wanted to do. So he alertly called a timeout. This was the story of the Red Tornadoes last week, Wayne, when you weren't here. March down the field, big runs, do everything, get down to the 30, 20, 15-yard line.
Not be able.
And you walk away with no points. Nothing happened. For a variety of reasons, but that's exactly how the game went. And you couldn't believe it after a while that it was going to happen, but it did every time. Demko, a big addition out. People thought Trevor would come back last week, and that's all you'd hear is Trevor's name. But it was 4 weeks since he played football with any kind of anger, so it took a little while. And I think it's going to take, this game and another one for him to get back into that playing shape again.
Yes, and that's what you're talking about. It's not him coming back and putting a uniform on. He's got to be in shape. He's got to get leg weary. He's got to get that tenacity a little bit and be able to take a couple hits.
All right, the Red Tornadoes come out on a 4th and 9. Pulowski's the lone back. They're bunched to the left of the formation now, and now they do the same shift, only they do it to the other side, to the wide side.
And I think that's what Coach wanted the last time. He wanted it to the wide side of the field.
Straight back goes Stewart. And Stewart's throwing a screen pass to Shoestack, the fullback, and Shoestack takes it in. Shoestack will take it. Nobody saw him come out of the backfield.
Nobody there. It was a nice call that time. It actually went to the short side of the field, but everybody had shifted over from the defenders to the wide side of the field because that's where we had overloaded with the trips. Eddie Stewart just takes the ball, steps back, moves to the right a little bit, and he hits Shoestack coming out of the fullback position.
All right, Roman's in to attempt. This time he has a different holder, Wayne.
35.
Roman puts it up, and it is again not good. So they're going to have to work on that. The holder was
Bobby
Verano. But for somebody who was so accurate in the beginning of the season here, he's definitely struggling here tonight. I mean, it makes no difference. It's 33-6, and there's still 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. But I'm sure that's something they're going to want to look at. And he's close every time, but he's just left, just a little bit wide left there. So the defenders setting up to receive again, and that's become a litany for them in this first half as they are truly struggling to keep up with the Red Tornadoes. The same grouping back there as always with the Oberdorf, Anspach, and Trevor Durr. Roman puts the ball on the tee. And we will be underway shortly here. All right, he signals that he's ready to go. And we are off. He's going to go straight down the middle of the field, and it goes past Oberdorf. And he lets it roll into the end zone wisely for him. That's the best thing to do on a ball that's hard to handle. It's squidging around down there. And so he'll take the Red defenders, and he will take over at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Ricky into the lineup replacing Juraski. And Maloney's not going to make it in.
Nope.
All right, 1st and 10 for the defenders. Moser's dropped straight back. Looks to throw. He has Oberdorf, and Oberdorf is wide open down there. Big play as he'll take it up over the defender 40-yard line.
Shoestack makes the tackle that time.
Out to the...
Where did he put it? 37,
he was
38.
He went out of bounds before I see the tackle. So we're set it down, you're right, at the 38-yard line. When you're so low like this, it's really tough to see the other side of the field.
And it's not even, you can't see the white line. 6 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first half.
Moser under center, one guy in the backfield, and that's Anspach. He's there to block as He looks downfield and again trying to find Oberdorf, and he
Oberdorf
gets him.
Yep.
Nice pass, nice catch by Oberdorf. He was covered by Minnick, but it's enough for the first down. It's 1st and 10, defenders out at the defender 49-yard line. You had good position, everything there, but still caught the ball. It was a perfect pass by Moser.
See, Moser, the quarterback, runs over to the hash mark, waits for the subs to come in and tell him what the play is.
I get confused by that whole process all the time.
Why don't you just stay in the huddle and wait until they run over to you?
He's anxious.
Oh.
All right. Again, the lone back. We had some movement here by the defenders. He's looking downfield. Oh, you know that bounced off Oberdorf's face mask?
Yes, it did.
He got hung up by the defender down there, which was Maloney, and he got kind of stopped almost. And when the ball hit him, he was just turning his head as the ball came in. The ball came in and bounced, doinked right off his face mask and fell incomplete. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. But you could see him get up. He was shaking his head there a little bit. Hit him right in the face mask, and he couldn't control it. Couldn't get his hands up in time. Tell you what, though, for a freshman, I can see why he's playing. He has a nice arm.
Yeah, he's starting to come around a little bit. They're giving him a little bit of time to throw the ball now.
Again, he fumble on the play, and the Red Tornadoes have recovered it. The Red Tornadoes, and I can tell that it's Abelmar who recovered it, because you can't mistake those big shoes when you're looking at him from that side, from that angle. It had to be him.
He just covered, and he actually turned his back to the defender so nobody would be able to sneak in and try to steal the ball from him. That was a good play by Abelmar that time.
Yeah, the center snap, he never got it in his hands. You could see right away. And a mistake for the defenders cost them the ball. And the ball in their territory, again, at their 49-yard line. So Stewart back in the huddle. Pulowski will come out for a breather. He'll go into an I formation with Shoestack in front of Lamb. It's going to be Lamb. Lamb looking to the outside, too. He ran into his own guy, and now Lamb has to cut up field. And I'll tell you what, a tough run.
Yes, it was. He tried so hard to get to the outside, but he did run into his own blocker who was standing there, stopped him dead in his feet, still picked up some speed and got some good lateral motion and picked up 3 yards on that play.
I think Ian Adam was on the stop for the for the defenders. They almost said Warriors again. Maloney brings the play in now from the sideline. He replaces Minnick in the Red Tornado lineup. And he'll come here to the short side, or to the wide side of the field with Roman. But it goes to Shoestack, and Shoestack, the fullback, and the quick opener, Shoestack still going.
That's a fullback run that time. Double covered the ball with both arms and picks up at least 10 yards that time.
There was a penalty flag, though, on the play, right at the tackle. Now, they must have picked it up.
Yep.
Okay, because it must have been inadvertent, because Oberdorf had it, I think, in his hand. So a timeout on the field now. The Red Tornadoes have called time. It's 1st and 10. The ball is at the 35-yard line of the defenders. Again, it's 33-6. There's 5:13 remaining here in the first half of play here at the stadium. And the defenders not having a good night here tonight, although it started out with a kind of a hurrah. It ended up very, very quickly. It came to a close. So I'm not sure what we wanted to talk about there. That's our second timeout.
Looks like
and a half so far.
Robbie Verano's in.
So we changed quarterbacks already? In fact, we changed most of the team here.
Yeah.
Okay, we did. That's exactly what we were doing. We put an entirely new offense on the field, it looks like. For the most part, an entirely new one.
Number 32, Ray Hiroman is in. He's in the fullback position. Number 9, Tyler Hodge is the deep back.
So Verano will give it to Hodge. And Hodge, a nice run, stopped very quickly in there by number 61 for the defenders. And I'll look that number again because I don't think there is a 61 here.
Seth Nicola, number 70, is playing in the line. Jared Pollock, number 60.
Might be
Number
51, Hemrick.
11, Brian McFadden.
All right, Verano goes under center. He's in the I formation. Again, it's Roman in front of Hodge. They pitch it to Hodge, trying to get Hodge. He makes a nice cut. Hodge, another nice cut. Hodge still on his feet and almost escaped the tackle by Hemrick, but he'll pick up big yardage and he'll take it down to about the 16-yard line.
No, 26.
26-yard line. And then it's going to bring up
3rd and 2.
It's so hard to see the angle this way because one guy's standing back from the other guy. We'll call it 2. We'll give her a 2 on that one. 4:06 and counting now here in the first half of play. Red Tornadoes threatening once again. They have the ball and a 3rd and 2. Randall goes under center. And this time it's Lamb. Lamb bumped into him, but Lamb will pick up enough for the first down. So it's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. We'll see where they set it down at in a moment. And they're at the, let's see, 20, inside the 20-yard line, right? At the 18.
Number 45, Bobby Beyer-Schmidt. That goes in. He'll probably be playing that fullback position.
And he is. And Lamb at the tailback. Long count by the Red Tornadoes, and it's Lamb. And Lamb will pick up 2 or 3 yards on the play. Stopped again down there by Hemrick and Oberdorf. Hemrick, very active linebacker for the defenders.
Yep.
So the Red Tornadoes changed the entire offensive team in a timeout here in the second quarter.
And been substituting other people in. Number 51, Mike Purcell, is in the Tornado lineup, playing in the.
He's an old KMC TV guy, you know.
Is he really?
You remember him when he was younger?
No.
Well, you're getting older.
Older. I'm getting older. 31, Billy Hoskin takes a position in there for the Tornadoes.
All right, Hoskins will line up in the fullback spot in front of Lamb on the 2nd and 6. And actually, it was Hoskins who got the ball in a quick opener. He'll pick up another couple of yards on the play. Getting off in the bottom now, like Zach Mathna for the defenders. Gained only a couple on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. As Maloney will bring the play into Verano, the quarterback. It's odd to see a quarterback wearing number 35 in the lineup. He's a freshman, folks. The son of one of the coaches here on the sideline for the Red Tornadoes.
Number 78, Mitchell Matlavich, tackle.
All right, it's a pitch out to Lamb. Lamb has the corner. Lamb makes a nice cut.
Nice cut, and he walks
Lamb
in.
Takes it into the end zone.
Maloney, nice block downfield, right where Lamb came running up.
It's 39-6 now for the Red Tornadoes at the 152 mark of the half. And the defenders now, no hope right now of staying in this football game. Now, this is interesting because now you have a different kick team.
Kick team, yep. Specialty team.
Keep the same kicker, though, as Roman will kick out of the Verano hold. And a penalty flag. It's a remarkably well-played game penalty-wise. There's not been a lot of penalty flags either way here tonight. It's actually a very fast football game.
Yeah, it is.
So it's moving very quickly, unlike some we've seen in the beginning of the year here. All right, so we had encroachment in the neutral zone by the defenders. The Red Tornadoes will move the ball 1 yard closer, and Roman will still try to attempt the extra point by kicking. And I would think this is the last kicking extra point we'll see tonight also. Ball is down, ball is up. That was ugly too. That also went left and low. And so the score will remain the Red Tornadoes 39 and the defenders 6 here at the 152 mark of the second quarter. So TJ's going to have to work on that leg and see what went wrong here tonight. That's the only down.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with your holder. Pulowski's not in there doing it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Pulowski did it for the last 3 years or so. You try to get someone back there that has a good set of hands to catch the snap coming back and put it down on the tee. The holder has a lot of responsibility there, and it's really not an easy job to do because you got to be quick at it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so you shifted the blame to the
No.
That's spoken like a true kicker there. That's a true kicker speaking there. And if that doesn't work, we'll move to the center next, right?
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want no part of this.
It's the goal post.
I'm not getting beaten up by a player going past the bus on the way home tonight. All right, Roman tees it up. He's kicking off to the same group. He has all half. He dribbles it down. It's picked up by an up man, and the up man brings
Number
it
20.
up, and that is Los. Los brings it up to the 35-yard line when we first and 10 defenders. And the Red Tornadoes continue to substitute as it looks like they put an entirely different defense in also, and they have. So a whole new group is in on defense. And we'll see what the defenders can do in a minute 42 left here. They'll come out with Moser in a shotgun. And Moser looking downfield. He has his man, makes the turn, and he picks up the ball. It's Durr on a nice catch.
He was double covered that
Yes,
time.
he was. He made a nice catch. He got his body in the right spot that time. I'm sorry, that's 20, it looks like. I'm sorry, 20. And that would be Los who picked it up, not 10. You wonder how I get their numbers wrong. They have probably the clearest numbers we've seen all year. All right, now they go in a traditional I formation behind Moser. And it's an inside handoff, which goes no place. It'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Karicki getting off the pile there that time, along with Billy Hoskin, number 31.
Okay, leave one guy in the backfield now, and that's Taylor Onspach, as Moser drops straight back and in trouble almost immediately through an interception.
And
that's
that was Karicki.
Roman, number 32 for the Red Tornadoes. There he takes it in. Ray Hiroman takes it in for the touchdown. That was Karicki was the one
that blew up that whole play. He was right in on top of the quarterback as he turned and tried to release the ball, and the ball just floated up in the air.
Score now 45-6 with 25 seconds still remaining here in the first half of play. The Red Tornadoes in to attempt the extra point, and I believe at this point the extra point will become a kneel. Knowing Coach Chessie as well as I do, he will not try to put any more points on the board. They look exactly like that's what they're going to do, is they leave 2 guys back for protection against some type of fumble, but other than that, Verano will take a knee. Not before the whistle blows and a penalty flag. The Red Tornadoes are trying to play with too many guys.
Yeah. No, he tried to get on the field after the huddle broke.
So that's a 5-yard penalty. But again, it makes no difference whatsoever to the Red Tornadoes at this point, in that they weren't looking to attempt an extra point, as they still stay in that 2-point look. And Verano takes the knee. And the score will remain the Red Tornadoes 45, the Defenders 6. Red Tornadoes getting ready to kick off with 25 seconds still remaining here in the first half of play on an absolutely gorgeous football night here in Pennsylvania. This is a Heartland Conference game also, but also a divisional crossover game, as the Warriors are in the small school. We're the middle school, they're in the small school. So we played 2 big schools and 1 small school. No, I'm sorry. 2 big schools, yes. 2 big schools with Shikellamy and Selinsgrove.
Right.
1 school in the same division, which was Shamokin. And now the Warriors, which are in the small division. And I believe, looking down at the schedule, that may be the end of those crossover games. We end up playing Central Columbia coming next week, for example. That is a Heartland divisional game. So the rest of the season now will be a little bit tougher as we play in our own division, and it's going to count for each team we play. All right, Roman says I'm ready, and he lets it go. High kick, real high to Onspach at the 15-yard line. Taylor looking for some room, and Taylor's going to be wrestled down there by 4 or 5 Red Tornadoes as they get off the pile.
Trying to see who the original, the main hit down there.
That's going to be Juraski, number 10.
Number 10, Juraski.
Yep.
And Tommy Hiroman, number 48, also coming in from that other side. Adam Juraski has played an outstanding game since the beginning. He's been in on the on defense and has his nose near the ball the whole time.
Well, he had a good game last week against Shikellamy also. So, yep. All right, 1st and 10. We're in a split backfield now behind Moser as he goes straight back to pass. He faked it. He hits Oberdorf. Oberdorf is going to have some room, and Oberdorf nope. It looks like Hodge is going to track him down. Or Minnick. I'm sorry, Minnick, number 3. Hodge finishes him, but Minnick tracks him down, and it's going to be a first down in Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 25-yard line or so, but there are only 6 seconds left on the clock. So a big pass play from Moser to Oberdorf. And
again,
Oberdorf thought he was going to, I thought he might take it in there.
Well, you see the speed of Minnick, though. He's another one.
Well, had Minnick not caught him, Hodge would have.
Hodge would have.
So he wasn't going into the end zone. There just isn't enough speed on this team to break away like that. And you can see even with this second group floating around here, there was no chance he was going to make it in. And they call a timeout. The defenders have called a timeout as this looks like their best scoring opportunity since early in this football game when they marched down with the opening kickoff and put it in the end zone. So they want to make sure they get the right play here. Again, 1st and 20, or 1st and 10 from about the 25-yard line.
Only 6 ticks on that clock, though. They have to decide what they are going to do. They're going to play to probably the wide side of the field, give their quarterback a little bit more room on that side to look over any receivers.
The scoreboard has it 1st and 11, but I'm not even going to speculate as to why. All right.
Higher altitude, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. We go into a shotgun. He leaves Oberdorf in here next to him. And a stoppage of play immediately. Not sure what that was.
I don't know either.
I'm actually still not sure what that is because there's no signal as to why he blew the play dead. And I'm not going to know. All right, so we'll try this again. Same exact formation. He puts Durr and Onspach wide out to his right, low here at close left. He looks downfield over the middle, and he hit Ray Hiroman in the numbers. And Ray Hiroman is on his way. A hard tackle down there by number 73, Tommy Miller, the senior. But Hiroman on the interception, that will end the first half of play here at Defender Stadium. The Red Tornadoes in complete control by the score 45-6.
For the offense, a good night for Eddie, getting these people a little confidence and getting to get the offense in gear.
Well, obviously a tough night for the defenders. They, again, looked so good on the first series there. They drove it down, put it in the end zone, feeling pretty good about themselves. And I don't know if I ever remember when a game blows up in somebody's face like this one has. I mean, from that point forward, it was all downhill.
Well, they're certainly fired up, and I think Coach Chesney touched on it last night, saying that because of the opportunity last week that we let people think that they have with us, people were going to be fired up and think that they can beat us. And obviously, I think Warrior Run even felt that and came out here positive and optimistic and did a nice job in that first series.
Yeah, absolutely. The problem with a game like tonight is that you're not going to learn a lot about anything tonight. You really aren't. Now, he did try to throw the ball a little bit in the first half, which we thought he would do that. We heard that. You and I were both sitting there last night, heard him say that at Supper Club. So he got what he wanted, but obviously we're not going to see much of this first unit in this football game for the rest of the weeks or rest of the minutes. So we'll see how this plays out. And I feel bad for the defenders. I mean, he's the kind of guy that'll do everything he can to keep the score where it is. But when you put kids on the field and they're playing, if they put it in, they put it in.
Well,
so
you're right, and I think these second-team guys and guys that are going to get an opportunity now are going to make the best of it. I do expect the first team to go one series, and I really do think that they'll try to let Eddie throw one more time or whatever in the second half. But if he doesn't, we'll understand that too. But we obviously need work at it, and I know people get upset, but he's got to do what he's got to do.
All right, you coming back at the end of the
Yeah,
game?
I'll
Or?
come back up.
All right, then we'll see you at the end of the game. Thanks,
Okay.
Jose. Appreciate it. Okay, gang, the stats not as lopsided as you would think, but again, such big runs, interceptions for touchdowns, that kind of thing. That's where the score blew up at. Other than the first series, as we said, the Red Tornadoes in total control of this football game on both sides of the ball. The defenders do not look like they're going to, we're going to do anything, and they haven't now. So they have another half of this to play, and I'll be truth with you, there's nothing tougher when you're down 45-6 at halftime. I'm not sure what discussion you have in that locker
Yeah,
room,
you're
Wayne,
right.
but
Yeah, what do you say to your kids? You're playing with a freshman quarterback who's not taking a snap. I would assume until Monday's practice, previous to this game. He does look very immature. He does need a lot of time, and he needs a little bit of height and,
yeah.
strength, and that's the whole thing here. You don't know if they're going to come back with their other quarterback who's 6'4", I think,
Yeah, the
or
big
6'5",
tall kid,
the big tall kid.
number 7, Devin Hoy.
Is that going to do anything at this point? I doubt very much, unless you want to give your freshman quarterback, more of what he got in the first half.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, here's a kid. Now, again, we won't see this kid. We won't see this kid in his career actually because they're not in the schedule any longer. But if he stays as the starting quarterback and plays as well as he is right now, and then learns this
Right.
game now, and you're right. I mean, he's as a freshman, this kid could look completely different next year. I mean,
Right, exactly.
we see
It
the
only-
differences all the time because, and I say that in that he has a nice arm. I mean, when he can get out of their way and can see the line of sight, he can throw the ball, and he's done so very well. So you're always interested to see. You want to think to yourself, can I remember a couple years down the line, and I hear a Warrior Run score, or I hear Warrior Run did something. Trying to remember, is this Moser kid still here? Is he the kid that's
Right,
doing it?
exactly.
It's interesting to see how his career will progress here as a freshman starting. Again, you're right. You can't say anything bad about him. I mean, not a thing. I think every phase of this program, offense, defense, special teams, they're all suffering. They're all
Yes.
they're all.
And I'll tell you what, with the size of the squad over there, it might be a rebuilding time for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they have large numbers and nice size on the other side of the field.
Now they also they must have their freshman team up, because if you take a look at this program, and I was looking at that earlier, and you look at it, a lot of freshmen playing are listed here, so that's why they look a little bit bigger numbers wise. I think that might be the reason. I don't know if they play freshman football or not. I remember last year when they were down to see us, I don't think they played either way. They didn't put JVs or
No.
freshmen at the week later, so maybe they don't have them. So that's given them a little bit more number size over there, but just a program that it's really struggling from the ground up right now. And again, we've seen this. I mean, we've seen other programs struggle, and whether this can put itself together or not, I think they're playing a caliber of football. They need to start playing, and that's what I think this realignment's going to help them a little bit, is they're going to play small schools.
Yes.
Maybe not as many division crossover school, games. Certainly that would help them, but play schools more at their level right now in football. I think that's what they need to look at. They don't have a long history of successful football, even when you think about them. So it'll be interesting to see how this program. They have a coach. I think he's new last year. I believe he might be. And they had some turmoil over that here for a while, so that was going on and off. And I remember reading in the papers about it and everything. So the program's been struggling, and we wish them the best, really do. But I feel bad as I started this whole conversation about, being a kid in high school and sitting there with a 45-6 score sitting on the scoreboard. You're in halftime, trying to figure out what to do. And if you're a coach, what is it that you say to them? How do you motivate them? Because the real danger for these kids now is that they come out and don't pay enough attention, and they're going to get hurt. And that's what you got to really, really guard about. And that'll happen on both sides. But on the Red Tornado side, they're way up. They want to play. They know they're going to get in, so they're going to be playing, lights out. And you don't worry about them as much. But a team here that knows it's pretty much out of the game, that's what they got to be careful and guard against. All right, the defenders say that they're ready. They have lined up and put the ball on the tee. Mr. Los will be kicking off, number 20. The Red Tornadoes just coming out of their team prayer here to start the second half of play. Put their helmets back on, and they'll do their 1 minute cheer here and take the field. We'll see who they put back there, and it looks like they're going to put back the normal
Squad. Yep.
kick team here, kick off, because they'll receive here. So they'll put the normal kick receive team on the field. And again, that's going to be Minnick, Pulowski, and Lamb down deep. All right, Lowe signals he's ready, and he lets it go, and we are in play, and unfortunately it's going to bounce out of bounds, and it does. So the Red Tornadoes will get the ball 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Now, the Red Tornadoes do not come out with their first-team offense. They have some sprinkles in there, but they're also putting a bunch of different people in there. Let me see. Maybe they don't. It looks like they got.
Looks like they do.
I'm sorry. They looks like they are pretty well intact on that first team, but I seriously doubt you're going to see any type of playing time with these guys. That's for sure. All right. Stewart hands it off to Shoestack, and Shoestack with a head of Steven Shoestack's down the sideline. Shoestack finally brought down in there by Oberdorf, 44, but he carried it well into defender territory.
About a 25, 30-yard pickup that time.
He's down at the 35 or 36-yard line of Warrior Run, where it's 1st and 10 Tornadoes, and that looked like nobody was trying to tackle him there for a while.
And that's where, and you are correct. You know, that's the point there. You're not going to make a full hard tackle, and you're going to get hurt.
All right, 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. Split backfield for Stewart, and they hand it to Pulowski, and Pulowski makes a cut, and Pulowski's got the outside. He makes a cut back in, another cut back out. Pulowski still on his feet, and Pulowski down along the sideline, finally dragged out of bounds by Oberdorf, but a big run by Pulowski.
You could see Pulowski running so hard, doing some high stepping. Actually, out of 2 tackles that time, he stepped right out of and picked up extra yardage from the initial hit.
He's inside the 10, down around the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Red Tornadoes from the 5. They're now going to say the 5-yard line. Seeing this angle where we are, it's almost impossible to see what line he's on there. But we'll look at the scoreboard. That says he's on the 5, so it's 1st and goal from the 5. Red Tornadoes come out of split backfield. They have 2 guys split, one to the wide side, one to the short side, but it's going to be Pulowski, and Pulowski drags it down inside the 5, down to around the 4, where it'll be 2nd down. Let me see where they finally place it down. 2nd down and 5. We're not going to give them any movement there, so they put it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 5. Minnick goes wide left. Shoestack to the short right side of the field. And it's going to be the other Shoestack, and he is stacked up by the middle of that line down there. Lose getting off the bottom of the pile down there along with Oberdorf, and it's 3rd down now.
Ball's on about the 3-yard line. It was just trying to hit the center of the line. I think Coach is trying to use up a little bit of clock also. Running up through the center. Everything we've done tonight is kick to the outside around the end because of our speed. And, I think he's trying to just use up as much clock as possible here. It is continuing to run regardless of where the ball is at.
All right, back into the I formation now. And we give it to Pulowski, and Pulowski makes the cutback and takes it into the end zone at the 8:47 mark of the 3rd quarter. The Red Tornadoes have scored again and will go up 51-6. The extra point attempt will follow, but as I said earlier, you will not see the Red Tornadoes attempt an extra point. They'll take a knee, and they're content with that. I'm sorry, he didn't get in. Or they brought it back? Wayne, I'm sorry.
I have no clue. No.
Oh, there he is. I'm sorry. They didn't put it on a scoreboard.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking, why does the scoreboard move? There he is. He takes the knee as I thought. I got confused there for a second. I was thinking we had no movement on the scoreboard. We're lined up again. My goodness, quit trying to do this to me. But the clock, as you alluded to, because we're in the rule of the PIAA, when you get a 35-point spread on a team, the clock continues to run. as much as possible. It stops only for injuries and the changing of the ball back and forth as it is now until they get it set.
Right.
But they'll start the clock immediately there to make the game go faster here. And obviously at 51-6, both sides would like the game to go faster. So the Red Tornadoes will put in, and this time they have put in an entirely new
Kickoff
team. Everybody on there is new, including the guy that kicks off. And the guy that kicks off for the Red Tornadoes now, of course, will be number 28, John Rimakaitis.
Rimakaitis is in. Looks like number 30. Aaron McPhee is in. Number 39. Carlaza, Nick.
All right. Rimakaitis looks downfield, says, I'm ready if you guys are ready. And he lets it go. Going to go down to the short guy right at the 20-yard line. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball again.
And lays
and
on
this
it.
time he'll lay on it alertly. That was number 32 down there for the defenders. He just couldn't get a hold of it, Josh Bridges. So he goes down to a knee and finally recovers the ball around the 22-yard line of the defenders where it's 1st and 10 where you run. We'll try to keep you up to speed on some of the numbers as we go here.
Mike Stutkavage, number 85, is in. Number 30 playing the corner, of course, is Aaron McPhee. Number 1, Tyler Karicki is still in, 45.
The Red Tornadoes are struggling here about who should be in and who shouldn't be out. Now they're put a late addition into the field here. So Stutkavage came back onto the field. And it's a pitch out to Onspach. Onspach trying to find the corner. Picks up some nice yardage. He's going to be stopped in there by Karicki, number 1 down there. And
29?
Looks like number 29 for the Red Tornado. No, not 29.
Okay.
Let me see. Is it 29? Because if it is, we don't have him. Now, we have no listing for that, so I can't help you there. Right up the middle goes Oberdorf, and he bulls his way for some big yardage down there.
Brian McFadden, number 11, making the tackle.
Stopped again by number 29, with help from 29. I feel very badly that I don't have his number on our roster here tonight on any of them. I'm looking for an old roster, and I don't think I have that either. All right, 1st and 10, defenders. Kind of a broken eye formation. It's Onspach following Oberdorf, and he's going nowhere this time as the Red Tornadoes collapse the side of scrimmage on that side of the field. He'll pick up a couple of yards
78.
on the play.
Mitchell Madlavage makes a tackle that time. He makes a stop. Number 88, Bergeron, in for the Tornadoes.
5:27 in counting. You can see how fast that the time is going now as the clock does not stop for most reasons. I formation now and back of Moser. Tight formation. And we give it to Oberdorf again, and Oberdorf's looking for some room, and he's going to pick up
maybe about 4 yards that time.
I was like 4 or 5. He didn't make it to the first down marker. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Trying to see Pollock.
Yeah, Pollock was the
Jared, number 60.
tackler.
He was the initial tackler.
All right, split backfield now behind Moser. And again, it's Oberdorf. They want him to pick the first down up, and it looks like he will. He was stopped in there very quickly.
Initial hit. Let's see. Turn around here, kid.
Let's see. I think it was
88.
Yes, Reed Bergeron. So enough for the first down pickup. It's 1st and 10. They're still in defender territory at the defender 48-yard line. All right. We just got word that number 29 is Brett Prescott, so at least we can give him credit as close as we can. And it's Oberdorf, and Oberdorf keeps bullying his way into Red Tornado territory. Down at the Red Tornado 45-yard line, McFadden getting off the bottom of the pile for the Red Tornadoes.
And I think Brett knew that because Brett makes the initial hit on the line of scrimmage that time as Oberdorf was coming through.
All right, I'll bring up 2nd down and 3. About a 7-yard pickup for Oberdorf. Austin.
Tolashinsky, Ryan Tolashinsky, number 54, into the Tornado line.
Okay, we have movement along the line. It looks like the defenders moved first. I'm guessing they did.
Find out.
It's one of those who moved first, point a finger kind of thing, but I thought it was the defenders, to tell you the truth. And I am right. It is the defenders, so penalty on the play against Warrior Run. We'll move the ball 5 yards back to the 50-yard line, and it will now be 2nd down and about 9 or 8. Let's say 2nd down. Let's see, 2nd down, 8. 3:11 and counting here in the 3rd quarter as the clock is absolutely just breezing by here. Now we have a whistle on the play. I don't see
Timeout.
a flag, but with timeout.
Timeout.
Timeout, Turbitville.
Yep. Turbitville.
Yeah, Turbitville. Warrior Run. I'm in Turbitville. Where am I at?
I,
Quick, do a Google check. Where am I at?
Your medication's starting to kick in already.
I'm in Turbitville. It was a timeout, Warrior Run.
Warrior Run.
But my guess is at some point they were Turbitville.
Oh, good God.
So
yes,
there.
okay,
I'm
all right.
honoring their past and the old Turbitville High. So there. I'm only going on a limb on that one if I
That's
have to.
good try. Okay.
It's as good a cover as I can give you on that mistake.
Next you'll be blaming the center.
Yeah. No, I was a center, so I
Oh,
never
okay.
blame the center.
Never?
Never.
Okay.
Centers don't make mistakes.
Oh.
No, centers are the only perfect player in football, pretty much.
Oh, I gotcha.
I thought you knew that.
I did not, but apparently I
There
was
you
not
go.
a center.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know how many of those extra points and field goals you kicked?
Yes, I do.
How many do you think you would have done without the center? There you go.
Well, there you go.
I rest my case. All right. It's the big guy, Austin. And Austin carries a pile of them with him.
Number 78, Matt Lavage, in on the tackle.
Need some help down there from number 58, it looks like, too, or
And
59.
54 was
Or 4.
Tolashinsky. Ryan, number 54.
Somebody in the 50s.
Yep.
I tried them all before I got to that one.
Mike Purcell, number 51, into the lineup.
All right, the carry brings up a 3rd down and 2 now, just inside the Red Tornado 45-yard line. And who do you think's going to get it this time? You think Oberdorf will get it again?
Yeah.
Hand off to Oberdorf. And Oberdorf picking his way, and he's going to be close.
I'll tell you what, he's going to be
Close.
close.
I thought he was
I'll
going to
tell
be
you what,
further ahead there, but
they are playing some good defense out there.
they put it down. I don't think he got it. Let me
He
see.
did.
Yes,
They
he
gave
did.
it to him. They gave it to him.
Yeah, well, I mean, you wouldn't want to even measure something like that at this point in the game anyway. I had forgotten how hard it is to do a game from so low when you don't have a higher angle, how hard it is to determine where he's at in relationship to where the marker is. All right, Moser takes his time under center now. Long count, and it's a quick handoff once again to Oberdorf. And he takes him down
McFadden.
inside the 30.
Yeah, Brian McFadden in on that tackle. Number 11 for the Tornadoes.
So he picks up enough for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10. And we'll call the ball around the 28-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. Go into the I formation. Ansbach in front of Oberdorf. And it's Oberdorf. And this time he's got some room. And Oberdorf is free. And he's going to take it into the end zone. A 28-yard run by number 44, Austin Oberdorf. Now, he's a sophomore, gang.
Is he
He's
really?
a sophomore listed on the program here, so somebody's going to see a lot more of Austin Oberdorf over the years to come. But he's a good-looking football player, really is. If he can get outside, he can run on you.
He's the workhorse of his team, that's
Yeah.
for sure, both offense and defense.
Yeah, if he can get outside, he's a load to bring down. He hasn't had a lot of room to run, but when he does, you can see how athletic he is. All right, the defenders will go for a 2-point conversion now. And it's a pass play by Moser as he's looking in the end zone. And he was trying to hit number 10 down there, Durr, but he waited a little bit too long, and actually by the time he threw it, Durr had to reach back for it and couldn't hold on, so the 2-point conversion is null. And the score will remain the Red Tornadoes 51, the Defenders 12, and the Defenders getting ready to kick off. So Oberdorf got a lot of work on that
Yes, he did.
particular series, didn't he?
He touched the ball every carry. Every carry. I don't think too many other people did.
Oberdorf is a sophomore, as I said. He's 6'1", just about 200 pounds.
Wow.
So he's well built. This kid, and you can see it. I mean, he stands out on the team there. He's a really athletic-looking young man. All right, number 20, Los, will be teeing it up for the Defenders and kicking off to the Red Tornadoes. The Red Tornadoes back there now have Maloney in the middle, Hodge on the far side, and I'm trying to see the number in front of me here. Looks like McFadden, 11 on the near side. Kickoff is going to go in the direction of Hodge. Hodge looking for some room, and Hodge on a nice hard return. Brought down quickly down there by number 30 for the Defenders, and that is Cody McMichael.
Pickup of about 12 yards on that return. Hodge trying to break it up through the center of the field.
All right, 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. They put the ball down around the Red Tornado 28-yard line. Robbie Verano, number 35, into lead this offense for the Red Tornadoes. He has Ray Hiroman in the fullback spot and Tyler Hodge at the tailback. And it's Hodge. Hodge looking for some running room and finds some hard to find, and he stopped very quickly by Michael Dowdy, number 22 for the Defenders.
That was a hard hit by Dowdy.
And that is the end of the third quarter of play here in Turbitville at Warrior Run Stadium. The score of the Red Tornadoes 51, the Defenders 12, and we'll get back to the fourth quarter. Quickly again, remember, folks, if you're a Mount Carmel football fan, you want to be down at Supper Club tomorrow night, every Thursday night at 6:30. Get to meet some kids, get to meet some cheerleaders. We'll have the band floating through, the senior members of the band. We'll have the senior members of the TV studio, which we honor also at Supper Club over the next few weeks. So you don't want to miss any of that. Again, it costs $5 to come down and listen. If you want to buy the dinner that we're serving, it costs you an extra $7. Or if you just want to order off the menu, do what turns you on. But again, you don't have to do anything but pay the $5 to come in and have a good time. So 6:30 every Thursday night in the back room of Matucci. We also want to take a moment here to thank the great people at Service Electric Cablevision, Dwight Walter and his entire crew, for all the help they provide WKMC TV. And of course, you are seeing us every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock on Channel 13, courtesy of Service Electric Cablevision. And we're very happy to be having a working relationship with that whole group, except for Vince.
Yes.
Jack, we don't like it all. But other than that, we like everybody else at Service Electric with Vince. All right, 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. Morano under center. He's going to hand it to Hodge. Hodge, you're going to look for some room. He's going to pick up just a couple of yards on the play. He stopped down there by number 7, Hoy, and number 22, Dowdy. So it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Marshman comes
Third
in
down,
as a
about
fullback.
4. 3rd down, and we'll call it 4. All right, Hiroman now in front of Bierschmidt, so the two bigger guys in the backfield at the same time in the I formation for the Red Tornadoes. And we pitch it to Bierschmidt, and Bierschmidt's following Hiroman. He's looking to get outside, and
does not.
He's not going to happen. As again, a great play by Michael Dowdy, the senior for the Defenders, puts the kibosh on that run, and it's now going to be 4th down.
Loss of about 2 yards that time.
So the Red Tornadoes are going to punt, although you punt at a time like this with everybody new in the game, and you quite frankly never know
what's going to happen,
what you're going to do. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see if they even punt at all. I mean, I think that's what they're heading to do, and it's going to be Rimakaitis is the kicker.
Yep.
So Rimakaitis came in finally, and he'll do the punting. And the Red Tornadoes taking their time. Rimakaitis gets it off under a hard rush. It's going to bounce down, bounce high. And it's going to bounce a couple of more bounces and be downed at the defender 43-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Warrior run. So they'll take over. We'll see who they bring out to start this series.
Then they bring out the freshman quarterback again, number 1.
So they've kept their first team
Moser.
here for the most
Yep.
part in the game, and they are still remaining in the game, and they may be just a chance for them to get some much-needed work. As he'll have he'll have Oberdorf and Anspach in the backfield. Red Tornadoes getting yelled at on a sideline violation. They're not going to call it, but they're getting yelled at over it. All right, so Moser now ready to start play here, 1st and 10. Drops back, looks. He's looking for Oberdorf on the screen, and he's got him. Oberdorf's got plenty of room, and now you can see how dangerous he is in the open field. Oberdorf has lots of room, and Oberdorf will go in for the touchdown.
On a simple screen pass to the left. And you could see how Moser has a little bit difficult time looking over the line. He barely even got it to Oberdorf that time.
It's going to be 51-18 now with that score. 9:32 remaining here in the football game. Excuse me. And the defenders will go for 2. Now, at some point, the defenders need to play some other people here too.
Yes,
I
well,
mean, it's been nice, but now it's time to get everybody in the ball game. This game is completely out of reach, so let's play some kids and let them get some experience, which I expect we'll see on this next series for the defenders. All right, they'll come out on the extra point attempt here, going for the 2-point conversion. He has Anspach as the lone back, but he's looking to throw the ball the whole time. He throws it, and he makes it. So the score now 51-20. Red Tornadoes, as the 2-point conversion is good, and the defenders will get ready to kick off to the Red Tornadoes.
Tornadoes true to form, though, staying with all substitutes, all young kids in on defense and offense, trying to get some experience. And again, as we had seen down the road years ago, that bodes well as this season goes on and even for next season.
Well, we always said that's how you build a program.
Yep.
With the ability to put kids into the football game. And, that's what you need to do tonight is get some kids into that football game on both sides of this ball. It's time for the defenders now to empty that bench and get some playing time. All right, Los, number 20, kicking off for the defenders. Goes to Hodge right in the middle there. Hodge catches it on the run. Hodge has a little bit of a seam, and he slips down at the 35-yard line. Tried to make the cut and fell.
Yep, trying to get to the outside. He had 2 guys to get around on the outside. He had some blockers out here, but on the cut, and again, you got a little bit of dampness on the grass out there. He slips down exactly on the 35-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. And I'll say, unfortunately, the defenders have not put a substitution into the game yet on that defense. They're still pretty much the same group that started the game. Now the official timeout for something. Another sideline yelling.
Yes, get off the chains. They're having a difficult time moving the chains up and down. Everybody's standing on them.
So they warned everybody this time. So there. This is a very, very short sideline here.
Yes, it is.
Not a lot of room on either side of this football field. So you're kind of tight on the sideline here. Hodge picking and choosing his way, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. 81, Tyler Waltman into the game now for the defenders.
Lucas Amoros, number 71, is in for the Tornadoes. He's playing the right tackle on the offense.
All right. Come out with Prescott now in front of
Seth
Hodge.
Nicola, number 70 is the center.
Look back to pass. Brano's looking for Maloney, but too high, way over Maloney's head. Maloney not one of the taller receivers out there. He was way over the defender's head, and he was
Yes.
one of the taller guys. So well over everybody's head. It brings up third down now, and about 5 for the Red Tornadoes. The clock continues to run even on the incompletion. That's one of the ways you can tell you're under the rule, is that it doesn't stop for an incompletion like it normally would.
Aaron McPhee, number 30, in for the Tornadoes.
All right, we got some new guys in there for the defenders in that lineup also now. I see he made some replacements during this last series. So 2nd down and 5, and Verano again just way over the head of the intended receiver.
And that was Aaron McPhee. And
Trying to hit McPhee, yeah, but McPhee would have to go up in stilts on that one, and it's 4th down. So the Red Tornadoes will look like they're going to punt. The Warriors or defenders will put Onspach 33 back deep. 6:45 remaining here in the ball game. The Red Tornadoes in control, 51-20. Nice center back snap. Rimakaitis
nice
booms
kick.
it way over Onspach's head. He's finally going to pick it up, and Hodge caused the fumble. Onspach got back and recovered it, but Hodge hit him immediately as he tried to make the turn after the catch and knocked the ball out of his hands, but Onspach alertly fell on it, and it's defender ball, but now the ball back inside the 20, down around the 18-yard line.
6 minutes exactly left in this game, and the clock's still running.
That was a heads-up play by Hodge.
Yes,
He
it
really
was.
whacked him and pumped the ball out of his hands. Big number 63 in the ball game for the Red Tornadoes down there, Paul Snyder. Onspach and Oberdorf, and this time it's Onspach. Onspach will pick up, he might pick up a yard or not. He didn't get much in there.
No.
Roman on the stop for the
Tornadoes.
Red Tornadoes. And they still have the starting backfield in this ball game, which is a little hard to believe. All right, Moser comes out. He has Onspach as the lone back. Oberdorf is split out in the formation. He's looking downfield the whole time, and he's got his guy went right through his hands. He was well covered by Maloney, though.
Well covered, but I'll tell you what, that was a nice timing pass. He put it right there for number 12. That's for sure.
He was trying to hit Ryan Hemrick. Must be the brother of the other Hemrick in there, the linebacker. But falls incomplete. So it brings up a 3rd down and about 9. If I looked at the scoreboard to determine what down it was or what,
You wouldn't be able to?
I don't think it's been right the whole time I've been looking at it. I must have like a delay on it somehow. It's one of those new delayed scoreboards. All right, Moser under center. He keeps Onspach in back of him. Again, he's going to pass. This time he's going to look for Oberdorf. And he skied it right away. Hodge looked. He knew right away it was going to be long, and he tried to backpedal his way to catch it, but couldn't get it. And it falls incomplete. So now it'll bring up 4th down and 9. It's been 4th down on that scoreboard since the first down play just about, so I'm not sure why they don't change it.
They're trying to annoy you.
Unless it's broke. It might be broke, though. It's not moving now. But they'll be in a punt position.
Number 49, Brock Long in for the Tornadoes.
Jesse Brame in to do the kick for the defenders as they're trying to count to make sure they have the whole squad there, too. And the guy that, now, you know the killer to that one? The guy that counted him was the guy that realized there were too many. And as soon as he realized he tried to run off, but they said, no, you can't do that. You get a penalty for that. So the guy that's in charge of counting counted too many, knew there were too many, and then got nailed for the illegal participation penalty.
And especially when your hand's going like this.
You could see him. He's counting each one of them, and all of a sudden he starts to dart off the field, and it was too late. All right, now we'll punt as Brame steps back. Kicks it high in the air. They're going to have to let it hit the ground. And I'm not sure if it
I
touched the
don't
red
know.
tornado, but now the red tornadoes have recovered if it did. If it did, they've recovered it. I see it in a red tornado hand there, but I wasn't sure if it touched a red tornado to begin with. They were acting like it did, but it really makes no difference whatsoever because it's going to be 1st and 10, red tornadoes from the defender 35-yard line, 2:52 and counting here in the ball game.
John Deere, number 59, into the tornado lineup. Bergeron, number 88.
The defenders now put a completely new defensive team in there. Morano taking his time. He laterals it to Hodge on a pitch. And Hodge will pick up a couple of yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Red
McMichael,
Tornadoes.
number 30, makes the tackle for the defenders.
Yeah, see, I'm definitely going on the side of the clock is broke because it's still 4th down there. Been 4th down for the last 4 minutes. How alertly I was able to tell that.
Yes,
it was
I
wrong.
noticed
You
that.
noticed that I just wasn't saying 4th
It
down all
only
the time.
took you 3 series of
That's
plays
right.
to figure out that it was stuck, though.
I caught right on to that
I
thing.
know, I
Can't
know.
pull the wool over my eyes. All right, a quick handoff to Karicki. Karicki's got
At
some
the
room, and
corner.
Karicki made the turn, and Karicki takes it in. Karicki took it into the end zone. I know that Coach Chesney cringed on that one, but nonetheless, another score. It's 57-20 in favor of the Red Tornadoes now. There's a minute 41 remaining in the ball game. And the Red Tornadoes will come out and look like they're going to go into a 2-point conversion, but in reality they will kneel, and that will end this series. But Karicki, I'll tell you what, showed some speed.
Yes, he did.
The kid had an angle on him and couldn't catch him.
As soon as he turned the corner, he was gone.
All right, Verano under center in that I formation and the 2-point conversion look. And he pitches it to Osowski, and Osowski is stopped in there immediately by number 22, Dowdy. And that was odd that we would have tried to pitch to the extra point. I'm not sure what we were doing there. But nonetheless, it falls incomplete. We don't get it. It's 57-20, 1:41 remaining here in the ball game. I'm going to have to ask Coach about that on tomorrow night about what we were aiming at for that one. That's very unusual that we would have tried to put 2 points on the board. But
well, I think he was trying to give Osowski.
it might have been giving Osowski the 2 points. Yeah, the big number 15 down there. He enjoys football, that kid. You got to say that about him. I'll tell you what. And you want to see a kid that looks the part, boy, with those shoulder pads all bunched up and all. He looks like he can run through a wall. All right, Rimakanis lets it go.
Nice kick.
Nice kick right to Oberdorf, right at the 10-yard line. Oberdorf has a big hole in the middle here. Oh, and he is tripped up in there by number 30 for the Red Tornadoes, Aaron McPhee. Tell you what, Oberdorf had some room there, Wayne. If he could have got past McPhee, it was a big hole, but McPhee tripped him up and brought him down.
That was some yardage.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of open space in front of him on that play. All right, it's 1st and 10 for the defenders now from the defender 41-yard line.
Exactly 1 minute left in the game.
The first team offense remains in the game, and we pitch it to Onspach this time, and Onspach looking for some room. And Onspach will be brought down. The first guy to hit Onspach down there is big number 71, Lucas Ambrose. He was the guy that really did the damage. Under a minute to play here at Defender Field. Now, we have a couple of new kids in that backfield for the defenders now. I can't see their numbers yet, but they're in there. And they're going to carry, and they're going to be brought down in there by big number 63, Paul Snyder on the stop for the Red Tornadoes, along with some help from Prescott. And looks like number 54 getting off the bottom down there too, Ryan Tolchinsky. Under 10 seconds to play. It does not look like the defenders
I don't
want to
think so.
play another play, so that looks like it'll be the end of the football game. It is. That, ladies and gentlemen, brings an end to this football game here at Defender Field on the campus of Warrior Run High School. The final score here tonight, the Red Tornadoes 57, the Warrior Run Defenders 20. The Defenders fall to 0-4 here on the season. The Red Tornadoes even back up at 2-2. They look down the road here for a key division matchup tomorrow, or
Next
in 2
week?
days. No, 2 days time now.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to get to the 2 days. In 2 days' time, they will meet the Central Columbia Blue Jays at home in the Silver Bowl, and that will count. When you're talking about the Heartland Conference Division II standings, that will count. And so a big game coming up. The Red Tornadoes had a nice game tonight, but again, as I said early on, and I can say it again, you don't learn a whole lot from a game like this. The defenders simply outmatched and not in the game they were in the game for the first series where
Yes.
they looked like gangbusters, and that was the end of the whole game for them. After that, it just went downhill. They struggled mightily, and I said we will not see the defenders on our schedule for the foreseeable future, as they are leaving in that shuffle. And I don't know if, like, in 2 years more time they turn back up, or it depends on the crossover. Who wants to cross
Right.
over with you? That we may not see the Warrior Run Defenders for quite some time. So it's nice to be able to come up and see the field, and actually beautiful field.
It is very nice.
A nice facility here. In fact, a nice facility all around. Nice soccer facility early on. We came in down the
Yes.
road there, kind of ways down there, but really a nice facility. The high school up on the hill, so everything you look at is kind of down below you and has a kind of a neat look to it. So I'm glad to be able to say that I've been here at least and know what it looks like here at Warrior Run. The Red Tornadoes are huddling up. We're waiting for Jose, who is going to come up here, and I said for the second time in our lifetime, actually come to the press box
Finish
and do
the
the.
stats. Although it's only 10 steps.
Yeah, but there
You
were
know.
10 big steps.
Oh, are they for Jose?
And well, considering that Jose and I have to turn sideways to go up them, they're also very thin steps, if you noticed. But just a tough game for Warrior Run. The Red Tornadoes have to be happy. Obviously, anytime you win, you're happy. And again, they look down the road to a Central Columbia Blue Jay team
Oh.
showing up in the Silver Bowl. We've seen them in the Silver Bowl before. This won't be a first-time visit for them.
That's
obviously.
right. Exactly.
We have run into them before. But remember Supper Club, folks, as I told you, 6:30 tomorrow night. You don't want to miss that. And again, so think about Service Electric Cablevision and all the help they give WKMC TV to get this game to you. Jose is walking up behind me here now. So we'll have him hooked up to a set of headphones here in a quick hurry. Yeah, you have actually headphones with your name on them, Jose.
Boy, I guess you graduate after 34 years.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you're moving up in the ranks in this group. I'll say that for you.
That's good.
All right, what does it look like?
Well, for Warrior Run, 28 rushes for 159 on the ground, 8 of 18 passing for 150, and 13 first downs. I don't know if it makes sense, though.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
know,
what we were just talking about that.
I mean, he ran the first team the whole game, and I just don't know what anybody gets out of that.
No.
But I mean, I know we have the JV game Monday night, and maybe figure those guys are going to play then. But whatever, it's his decision. Mount Carmel 28 rushes for 280, 10 yards a pop, 2 of 6 passing for 46. Total offense 326, 11 first downs. Pillow 9 for 125 and 4 touchdowns tonight, 3 rushing and 1 on the punt return. Tyler Hodge 6 for 17. Myrick Lamb 5 for 31. Eddie Stewart 2 for 29. Cody Shoestack 3 for 43. Tyler Karicki 1 for 34. Billy Hoskins 1 for 3, and Bobby Bierschmidt 1 for -2. A good effort. Everybody got to play a lot. I'm not sure, again, who gets what out of this game, though.
Well, I think if you can look at anything here to disappoint you from the Red Tornado side is they did not pass the ball the way they wanted to. That was something I thought they were really going to put a lot of time and effort into doing, but they simply did not pass the ball like I know they wanted to. So that portion of the game continues to suffer, and that portion of the game will catch up with them again down the line. When you stack that box with 9 guys knowing that we're not going to throw the ball or can't throw the ball, that will come back to haunt us. So I don't know how you fix that. I mean, if we had a fix on that, of course, they talked about the Clayman kid being able to come in and out of the ball game and throw. Of course, due to an injury in the JV game, we don't see him for 4 or 5 weeks. So it's not like there's an easy answer to the pass game. Got to keep struggling at it. Got to keep working at it, and just hope that it comes together. I mean, that's pretty much all you can do.
Well, Warren, my perspective may be a little different than yours. I thought Eddie threw the ball pretty well tonight when he did. He only had 4 attempts. And Coach Chesney wanted to come in and throw the ball, but the game just got out of hand so quickly.
True.
That he just couldn't do it and didn't want to do it. I thought he was classy the whole game. He kept the score down. He did this game could have been 100. I mean, everybody knows that.
No, I understand, yeah.
But, I mean, he did everything he could. And then maybe we hurt ourselves by doing that, too. Maybe Eddie deserved to throw a little bit more. But it is what it is. I'm sure I know Eddie feels more confident on the sideline. I thought he looked much better running the ball tonight. I thought he looked like himself when he did take off with it.
Yeah.
And hopefully those are some positives that we get to build next week with Central. It should be a little bit tougher, and hopefully we'll have a better game next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I said at the beginning, there's not a lot you're going to learn from this. I thought that was going to be wrong after the first series. I thought, wow, this is a different team, but it's hard to pinpoint what goes wrong here. Not a lot of speed, obviously. They weren't able to keep up with the speed, but out of position a lot, not in the right spot a lot.
Couldn't tackle.
A lot of things go wrong for these guys very early, and they don't tackle well at all.
No.
So a program that we talked about, it needs some help, and at this point, I can't even say that it's going in the right direction because I don't know if it is or not. They struggled last year, the year before that. But as we said, Wayne and I were talking, the other thing about them is we won't see them for a while or for a very long while, depending on how that schedule flips. So they're off the schedule as of now, and we don't know when we'll see them again on it. So just a tough night for the defenders, a big night for the Red Tornadoes. They go 2-2. We look forward in 2 days' time. Of course, this is Wednesday night. On Friday night, the Blue Jays from Central Columbia will show up for a division game, and there's a couple division games in a row coming now. Actually, 2 home games in a row, too, to look forward to. As I think it's Loyalsock follows them home, so
we don't know how that turned out yet, but it was a battle
with Southern, I
with
understand.
Southern earlier, so they're going to be a formidable opponent.
All right, gang, we're going to wrap it up here from Turbotville, Pennsylvania. Just want to remind you, this has been a sports presentation of WKMC TV. I am Warren Altamar.
Wayne Brokenshire.
Jose Gonzalez.
Good night. See you at the Silver Bowl.